folks, welcome back to yet another Championship team preview out in Football Manager 2020. And in this video, we're going to take a look at Nottingham Forest. That's right, nicknamed the Reds. Forest play their football at the City Ground, which is an all-seater, 30,576,000 capacity. The owner does love the club. They're nicknamed the Reds. Did I say that already? Good training facilities, adequate data analysis facilities, and a good youth setup. They're expected to finish 7th with a club culture of playing attacking football using the club's youth system. That's developing players using the club's youth system. And also sign players under the age of 22. The history. This is the history. I should have really clicked on that on the rest of the guys, but we're not looking at that. Signing on the dotted line for £20,500 per week. I am manager of Nottingham Forest. Quick overview of the team here. Nicholas Randall is the chairman. He's my boss. Got to report to him daily. Director of football is Krinkos Dorakakis. And Bruno Baltazar is my assistant. That is a cracking name. I'm going to keep Baltazar. Quick look overview of the club. We did finish last season in 9th. We've won a whole host of trophies over the years. But can we get back to those elite days with Forest? Quick look at the best 11. Graben is the main man, scoring goals up top there. Joe Lolly is probably one of the most expensive players within the club. We'll confirm that in a minute. We have some loan obligations as well with Luke Steele at Millwall. John Bostock is coming from Toulouse. Quick look at the 5-year plan for Forest. We talked about the culture already, but the 5-year plan is to win promotion to the Premier League at the end of next season and basically attempt to remain in the Premier League from there on in, become an established Premier League club. On the screen here, you can schedule a press conference, which meet the media, arrange an inter-squad friendly, and also send an advice report for the backroom staff. So let's jump into it and take a look at the money. The money that matters, £15 million within the bank. You've got £3.5 million transfer budget. The board says you can keep 80% of any deals that you make. So if you sell Graben for £5 million, you'll get... my goodness, £4 million back to spend on stuff. I should have went with an easier number there. My head is all over the place. £426,000 in the wages, and you're spending £421 right now. So it's quite a hefty wage budget for the Championship. As for, oh my goodness. Goodness me. As for the squad, the most expensive player you have is Joe Lolly, rated at £10.75 million. You can play anywhere across midfield. Wanted by Crystal Palace. So Premier League club sniffing around, you might want to cash in on that or not. Great pace and agility, good dribble meister as well. Can find the back of the net if you need be. All in all, good numbers across the board. Definitely a player worth keeping. What was the deal then? £2.5 million from Huddersfield to Forest. And Huddersfield snapped him up from Kidderminster. Next up we have Chema, who is a Spanish centre-back. Bought by Levante, who were playing in La Liga last season. Don't know too much about him, to be honest with you. He's got decent heading, marking, and tackling. And has got very good mentals and physicals as well. 27 years of age, could be a nice defender for Forest this season. Alongside him is Joe Carvalho. He's a young, upcoming Portuguese wonder kid, 22 years of age nowadays, getting paid $15,000 a week. Decent pace and agility, not too bad with his dribbles and his first touch as well. He can take a good free kick, not a brilliant free kick, but a good deep free kick, and he's very, very creative as well. 4 goals out of his 38 games last season. Could play. Where could he play? He could play down the middle, but he could also play down the left or the right hand side. Rafa Mir, you got him on loan as well from Wolves, striker. Thiago Silva, not that one. Another Portuguese midfielder, valued at £8.5 million. Good attributes across the board. Look at them. There's hardly any a single figure in sight. Strength could do with some improvement though, as his jumping reach. Position is not tip top, but overall valued at £8.5 million. Definitely a good player to have. Matty Cash, I like Matty Cash. Can go as high as 5 stars. Play down the right hand side of midfield, also at right back. Very versatile player down that right hand side. Good option to have. £2,500 a week. He might be chasing the money himself. Old Cash. I think this is a very good squad overall. When you look at it, I've only scratched the surface. You got Carl Jenkinson, Adam Adoma. You've got Constant Pantelimon. You've got the Sambaso fella. You've got Sammy Abayobi, John Bostock. You've got Ben Watson. There is a whole host of good quality players here, and they should be within the mix to go also. We talked about Cash. We talked about Carvalho. The next best bet is Ryan Yates for youngster. £5 million rated. Didn't even talk about Ryan Yates. Look at that. Defensive midfielder. Prefers to play as a box-to-box man. Look at those double-digit digits across the board. They might not be the highest double digits that you want, but pretty much across the board, he's very, very strong midfielder, and only 21 years of age. Only going to get better, playing at 3 stars at the minute. Could go as high as 4.5. Ryan Yates, we talked about him. Chema, Joe Worrell as well. He's wanted, but he's not wanted. He's £4.7 million rated centre-back. There was rumours of him leaving in the club at the summer, formerly of Rangers last time out, but in the mix this time around. Let's hop over to developments and take a look at the under-23s. Well, we've got a couple of hot prospects coming through as well. Brennan Johnson, who is a Welsh attacking midfielder. No caps to his names just yet, but look, could go as high as 4.5 stars. Great natural fitness and pace. Decent dribbling, finishing, and first touch. A lot of 11s knocking around. They could be doing improved upon over the next few years. Jaden Richardson's actually on loan at Exeter. Don't really know how well he could be. He's a right back. He's 18 years of age, so he's a potential option for the future. Will Swan, 18 years of age, could go as high as 4 stars, £18,000 rated, so not the most expensive player. His contract is running out at the end of the year, though. No, it's not, end of next year. You also got a couple of other players out on loan, Tommy Eds and Tyler Walker. Then you're down into the 3.5 stars. As for the under-18s, well, you've got this guy, Alex Mighton, who is £30,000 rated winger, players on the right or the left-hand side, 17 years of age. He's actually wanted by Stoke, who are in the Championship, which means, you know, if it was a Manchester United or something like that, then you know you got something on your hands. So this, at least there's some Championship interest in a guy, so he might be worth keeping a hold of. 14 pace and agility. Flair is up there with 16. As crossing and dribbling is also double digits as well. Then you're looking at Ethan Deckel-Dax, rated at 4.5 stars. 17-year-old midfielder, could also play in that number 10 role as an advanced playmaker. So let's take a look at the dynamics of the club. Well, team cohesion is very poor. The dressing room atmosphere is pretty good, though, and the managerial support is good. But I've only just arrived. Give me time. I could screw that up in about a month. As for the hierarchy, the key men is Dawson leading the way as the captain for the club. Getting on a little bit now, 35 years of age, 4 caps to his name as well. He's actually wanted by a whole host of teams, especially from the MLS, on loan. Transfer listed, so the captain's transfer listed. That's a straight weird, like a yellow flag or a red flag. It's like, well, hang on a minute. Captain's transfer listed. It's kind of like Blackburn Rovers with matey boy, Charlie Mulgrew. Ben Watson is here, obviously formerly of Everton? Crystal Palace. Why would I say Everton? Wigan, West Brom and Watford. Keeps on playing. He made his debut back in the 2001 season for Crystal Palace. Still chipping away. He's your vice captain there. You got very good goalkeepers. In fact, we'll look at the depth in a minute. The social groups. There's 2 main social groups with this secondary one being at third. But realistically, you want this lot to integrate with these 2 over the next few seasons. Again, a lot of them are purely because they're either here on loan or purely because they are new to the club. As for the happiness of the club, a lot of green. This is good. This is probably one of the better morales and stuff at the happiness menu I've seen over the past few days. Code of conduct and team meeting you can do yourself, and a good team meeting could boost that squad morale further. Quick look at the squad depth now. Goalkeepers, you've got 5 on the books here. One's actually out on loan to Millwall, so that guy rules him out. And the other one, you've actually got him on loan from Manchester City. So you've got quite a breadth of goalkeepers. He's valued at £8.25 million. He's a Kosovan international as well. Great passing, one-on-one and reflexes. Is up there, so decent option. But he's going to be duking it out with Constance Pantilimon, who's rated at £3.25 million. He's actually wanted on loan by a lot of MLS teams. I think he's an okay goalkeeper. And then you've got this guy, Bryce Samba, who is rated at £6.75 million. Very good goalkeeper as well. Good character, very eccentric. I like a bit of eccentricity in my goalkeepers. But anyway, that's an area of strength. An area of weakness is the left-hand side of defence. You've got 2 options, really. Jack Robinson, who is wanted by Stoke and West Brom. He could be on the move. He could also play at centre-back as well as Jack Robinson. And then you're looking at Yuri Ribeiro, who is also out-and-out a left-back, so he's looking to make that spot his own. But an injury to one or both of those, and you're toast, because there's nobody else in the way in the wings, really. As for the right-hand side, you've got 5 options, 8 down the middle of the park, which is a good number, at least 5 regulars. Left-hand side of midfield is also not the most brilliant. Joe Lolly can play out there, but realistically he likes to play on the right hand side if you can keep a hold of him, that is. Adoma as well is probably your best bet for your left side of midfield, but ultimately it doesn't look like there's any out and out left backs. Into midfield you've got 10 guys who can play in the middle of the park there, and you're looking at least there's a few options there depending on how you're going to play. Defensive midfielder, number 10, whatever you got. So you got a whole host of players can play in the middle. The right hand side is a little bit more strength than it does on the left. Matty Cash, Adoma and Lolly can go out there. As for up top, I think this is an area that you probably look to improve on your strikers. You do have Lewis Graben, who can score at this level. He's 31 years of age. You did spend £6 million on him from Bournemouth. And when he plays in the Championship, he scores goals. Look at this season here. He scored 12 for Sunderland before making the switch in January, and he scored another 8. So 20 goals last season, 2 seasons ago, 16 last time out. He also scored for Norwich in the Championship, double digits, Bournemouth in the Championship, double digits. So he knows where the back of the net is, and he's a decent striker. Besides that, you're looking at Rafa Mer, who is, we don't know. We don't know what you've got here. He has scored double digits for the Valencia B team in one of the lower leagues in Spain. But besides that, he scored 7 goals in 30 games for Las Palmas. And then you're looking at Zach Clough, who I think spent time out on loan last time out for Rochdale. He is, I think he's got his head clouded back in the day. Quick look at the assistant report now. Look at the strengths and weaknesses. A lot of strengths, not many weaknesses. Take a look at the weaknesses first. Natural fitness, work rate, kicking, defender depth. Could do with more depth at left back. I did say that. Your wage budget and your overall depth could do with some improvement. However, youth prospects, there are some good guys coming on through. There's actually a lot of strengths. Player partnerships with Carvalho and Graben seems to be a team that you don't want to break up. Bryce Samba, very good option between the sticks. Good option at defensive depth as well. We didn't even talk about Carl Jenkinson, who is a former England international one-cap wonder. Composure, commanding of the area, reflexes, leadership, balance, passing, marking, long shot, stamina. It's all in there. It is all in there. Now, quick look at the expectations to reach the playoffs this season. They've got a friendly cup knocking around. I don't know what that's all about. Reached the 4th round of the FA Cup and the 3rd round of the Carabao Cup. Let's take a look at the expectations or the overview for the season. We're expected to finish in 7th, which is just outside those playoff spots. The main men for Forest this season are Joe Lolly and Chama. Both of those don't make the Dream 11, but Bradley Dack does. I'm just saying. And that, my friends, is it. A quick overview of Nottingham Forest. If these are the team for you, let me know in the comment section down below. If you do choose them, tell me why. What was the thing that made you go with them? Did you go with them because you are a Forest fan, or you know what? I'm going to try and bring the European days back to Forest, or whatever it is. Give me your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. And we'll do another one on the channel very, very soon. I'm trying to go through each and every one of the Championship clubs and trying to give you a bit of an insight to them. Not just the money, but also the squad. I'll see you all next time around. While you're at it, make sure you smash the thumbs up and smash the subscribe. If you're new, I'll be back very, very soon. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.